Very good, just Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
They had. Here we go.
I'm Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
I hope savior of basketball has won.
Well, the Dortcher Chamber has been going pretty well.
I'm Aaron Wiggins, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mark Dagnall, and I'm down to dunk.
He just does a big smile and
I feel blessed by God to be here down to dunk, be here with you.
I'm Alex Caruso, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to sing it good enough for me to guess it, or?
Panhandle. Jeez. I'm tweaking.
Name 2 famous Oklahomans. Caleb Williams.
Is that a crazy answer?
All my friends call me Bob.
Where's Rachel? Unique story. He lived a whole life.
Plain?
Plain.
This is Cason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
True-blood Oklahoma.
That's right. Pretty exciting, if you ask me.
This is J-Dub, world champion J-Dub, and I'm down to dunk. And eat burgers.
Ooh, welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Before I get to my good friend Alex Speers, I want to tell you about 2 other friends of mine of Shelter Insurance. Their last name is spelled R-U-I-Z. So if you're looking for their name, or maybe you're trying to Google their name, R-U-I-Z. Shelter Insurance, great insurance company. They will take care of you if you have an issue with your car or your house. These are guys that are trustworthy. They can help save you money, and they will be in your corner. So please give them a call or text today. Call Aaron 405-773-5500 or Drew 405-478-7714 today with me. At night, on a Wednesday night, rare Wednesday night pod, is my good friend Alex Speers. Alex, what's up?
What's up, Andrew? I can't believe you're still there.
I'm still here. I'm at the in the Thunder Media Room, which no one else is here now. I'm here respecting the cup. Wanted to respect the cup post game so that we have something to talk about that's relevant. So
yeah, it's kind of obviously an amazing game for Thunder fans, but overall probably not the night that Adam Silver was hoping for. I've got the Lakers game on. It's currently an 18-point lead.
Yeah, I kind of thought that game, man, I thought the Lakers would win that game. I really thought that they would win that one against the Spurs. But
I thought it was very telling. It was a great question pregame. They asked John Wall, how did the Lakers stop all of these guards for the Spurs that are all walking pink touches? And he was basically I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't think there's anyone on their team who could stop any of them.
Not too sure about that. Yeah, and certainly the Suns could not stop the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. The Thunder won 138-89, which happens to be the largest margin of defeat in Suns history. 49 points.
Also in Cup knockout history.
That's
Andrew.
Right. In your face, everybody. 49 points. I mean, if you were wondering, do the Thunder really want to win the Cup? Just see tonight's game because they want to win, and they did tonight. I was just Derek Parker just pointed out that if the Thunder decided to score 0 points in the fourth quarter, they would have still won the game. If basically every time the Thunder got the ball, Alex Caruso just chunked it out of bounds and then let the Suns try, just keep trying to score on us, the Thunder would still win the game. I mean, it was a complete debacle for the Phoenix Suns. That was crazy. Well, I mean, basically they shut down Colin Gillespie and it was all right, we got nothing else.
Yeah. And then it was Dylan Brooks single-handedly trying to raise Chet's blocks per game average. He's I think we can get him one more if I just drive at him one more time.
It was so bad.
So stupid. All of them were so stupid. It's what are you doing?
He almost all of his shots are stupid. He had one of the worst airball threes I'd seen all year.
He did, although who on the Thunder followed it up immediately with an airball?
Kenrich. Shout out Kenrich.
Yeah.
Kenrich was in his bag tonight. He had some moments. It was awesome. Is there a way
Yeah,
for you to turn your mic up? Somebody in the chat saying
Oh,
that
yeah.
your mic needs to be turned up.
That's as high as it goes. That's max level right there.
Oh yeah, that feels better. Let us know in the chat.
Doesn't.
Thank you, Log Jammin, for the help there. I've got limited tech here at the arena. But yeah, Dylan Brooks was crazy. Grayson Allen maybe had the best plan, which is like, get me out of here. Like, can I just like not be part of this game anymore? And he just shoves Chet to the ground. It was like, yeah, I just need to get out of here. Like, I think almost everybody probably should have done that. I think that's the only way out of this nightmare scenario. Because like, I mean, you just watch the Suns in the half court, so you got no chance. You got absolutely no chance against this Thunder team that has Lou Dort and Shea and Chet and J-Dub and Kaysen and, you know, I mean, Caruso's coming off the bench. Kenrich is insane to handle. AJ Mitchell is a good defender in his own right. I mean, it's just like they had no shot whatsoever tonight.
Well, the crazy thing is, like, you know, obviously they don't have Devin Booker, so that like this team isn't going to be as good as they could be.
Yeah.
But this Suns team just went to Minnesota and beat the Wolves on the road. This team.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that team, the team that
That
looks
team.
like that team that lost by 49.
Yeah, like
49.
It's not a good team, but like are still very competent. I mean, even in that first Suns game,
yeah,
like a lot of the same guys, and they kept it really close.
Yep.
I actually, when I thought we were going to record on Tuesday, I went back and watched that first game just to kind of remember what it was like, because I was kind of expecting, oh, maybe we'll get another kind of nasty game like that. Because a lot of people, when they talk about the Suns, they'll be like, you know, they're doing their best to try to do the Thunder thing on defense, you know, and that game was interesting because you look at the box score and you're like, how was this close? Like the Thunder shot 47% from three.
Yeah,
they were dominant in that game, but the Suns, to their credit, out-rebounded the Thunder by 13. They had 13 offensive rebounds in that first game, only 7 tonight. They actually got out-rebounded tonight. And then the other thing was that even though the Thunder shot 47% from three, the Suns actually hit the same number of threes. They both hit 15 threes in that game. The Suns just had crazy volume.
Yeah.
And tonight, it was from the jump, and it was, man, if the Suns are going to turn the ball over like this game is over. I actually looked it up because I wanted to see how many Thunder games where they've hit 20-20, which is hitting 23s and causing 20-plus turnovers. And it's only happened like 6 times, and 3 of them were since like last March. Because I feel like that's like the ultimate peak of this Thunder team, when they're causing a ton of turnovers and hitting their shots. Yeah. That is the point where you get 50-point blowouts.
Yeah.
Except that one of those games they lost.
Really?
That they somehow lost in overtime, and it was back in 2019.
Okay.
So it was during the tanking years. So it must have just been a mess of a game. But
wow.
But yeah, that type of 2020 game is just incredibly rare. I mean, we've always talked about going back to last season, and even at the beginning of this season when they weren't shooting it well. It's like, man, if this team just ever has like a good night of shooting, it's going to be a 50-point game. And we finally got it tonight. Like, this was the game. They shoot 55% from three, and it was even a higher percentage, I think, before the fourth quarter. And it was just everyone. I mean, Dort had those 3 threes in a row. Chet was 4 for 4 from three. I was actually looking up Chet's stats post J-Dub return. So like these last 6 games. Because I could imagine there probably were some Thunder fans wondering, like, how will J-Dub's return affect Chet? Because Chet's been really good. And he has been better. Yeah. And a lot of it is that he is just on a heater from three right now. I think in his last 6 games, he's somewhere around like 55% from three.
Golly.
And so he's actually averaging more points, more rebounds, turning the ball over less, which makes sense because, I mean, he still is very involved in the offense, but he need to do as much when J-Dub is there. But he is just like the versatility on offense. That play, who was it again? Oh, it was against Mark Williams with the fake. It faked him out. Oh my gosh. And that mid-range shot, kind of like the zone buster shot,
Yep.
when kind of like from a little bit in from the foul line. I mean, that's starting to become like a Hartenstein floater type deal.
Yeah, you throw it up over the top to him, and it's quick. Like he can
Yeah.
quickly get the ball up, and it's like, like what are you supposed to do at that point? Because that's how they're cracking zones right now. Is like you can get the ball to the middle of the floor, and sometimes it's Chet. I've seen Caruso be that guy. Dub can be that guy. Like they are finding different ways to beat zone defense, and like then what? Like what's like what that to me is like what's the answer if they are quickly addressing like how to beat a zone? I'm just like really curious as to what are teams going to do to stop them at this point? Like what can they possibly do?
I feel like the next evolution will be, when James Harden was just like going crazy. That must have been like 2019 or 2018.
Yeah.
And averting him by being behind him.
Yeah.
So that he couldn't do a step back three. Like, I wonder what the version of that for the Thunder is going to be. Like, what is the just like completely out of the box left field defensive tactic teams come up with for the Thunder? Because it's going to need to be something like that.
The problem with the Thunder, though, is like it's not just like one dude you need to stop, because the Thunder, I tweeted this not very long ago, but like with Shea and Dub off the court, they're a plus 8.2 net rating.
Yeah.
That's with both those guys off the court. And some of that is like Chet has been that dominant. Like, what are you supposed to do? Because it was always like, how can we stop James Harden? How can we stop this offensive engine? Like those are the things that you're like, if it's the whole freaking team, and like you're like, how do we stop team chemistry? Like, is that like because I mean, I went in the locker room after the game, and I'm like just like trying to like figure out like what has been going on here. Like this is an elite team. I was asking like Jay Will, and Jay Will has a kind of an interesting perspective because he wasn't playing at this point last year. He was out for a long time. I was like, what's the difference like that you see between last year's team and this year's team? Like what's going on here? Like you guys are destroying teams at like a truly like record level. Like what's going on? He's like, I really think it's the chemistry between all of us is just different. It's different than it was last year. The communication, we know like how each other play even more than we did. Like we're all getting better, but like it's really just like comes down to like team chemistry stuff. And like you can like I can buy into that. I mean, you can see it. You can see it on the court. You can see it off the court. Like they're creating something that's like really, really special.
Well, in the same way that the Warriors, it's like 2015 and then 16 Warriors changed the league and made everyone think that you had to play small ball.
Yeah.
You can totally see that happening with OKC, because the answer to this question is probably you have to create OKC to beat OKC. Like you have to have that level of depth in terms of defense to stop this team. And it's just really hard to do. And it's especially hard to do for a lot of teams because of their star player.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to have a star player who plays defense to even have a shot.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing. And I think that it was Nate Duncan that was making this point the other day about like how Shea is like his argument for like Shea being the MVP is like there. Like, did you hear this?
Yeah, I did.
So like, I thought it was like one of the best points about like just the Thunder's defense, and like Shea being one of like the big reasons for it is like you can build a defense that's this good around Shea. Like you can do it. You couldn't build a defense that's this good around Jokic. Like you just couldn't possibly do it because of like the deficiencies. And frankly, like we've talked about it. We talked about it at Amares. We've kind of seen it through the Nuggets week that we had. Is like there are frankly just nights that he takes off defensively. It's like defense is optional tonight. And that is not the case with Shea. Like Shea is like, I want to destroy you on a nightly basis to the point where I don't need to play the fourth quarter.
It's it's the reason why a Jokic team has never won 60 games. Like the teams that win 60 games, like I never really thought of it this way, but it does play a big part. Like, because they lose some of these stupid games that they lose. Now, on the flip side, like I mentioned that like you really need like 5 great defenders to be OKC. We saw in the playoffs that like Jokic with that zone can get to a level that it probably could be good enough in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be good enough over a course of a regular season for Denver to ever have a defense the level of OKC's. But for a 7-game series, I think I saw enough in that playoff series to make me worried enough.
Sure.
You know, so we still have to see how that plays out. And I'm still, I mean, Denver's still number 2 on my list, or number 1 on my list in terms of teams I'm most scared of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did like Nate's argument for Shea, because it is the thing that gets overlooked the most, because so many people want to point to the fact that, well, he's not the best defender he's not the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 best defender on this team. But it's not about that. It's about when your weakest link is a good defender. It changes everything. It changes everything that you're able to do, and it changes your ceiling by so much. And so, it's crazy because I'll be honest, like the last couple games, I kept waiting for like the letdown game. You know, first it was that Mavs game. Going into it, I was thinking, okay, they've been playing pretty well.
Yeah, feels like
back.
A trap game. Yeah, feels like a trap game.
It felt like such a trap game.
Yeah, it did.
They're a good defense. Like maybe they're the type of team that could get OKC in the mud. Nope. And then the next game was Utah. I was thinking, okay, well, Shea's out, and Utah's been playing pretty well. Now, this is before I knew Markkanen was going to be out. But I was like, maybe this could be something. And then with this Suns game, we just had evidence and more. Well, before the Utah and the Mavs game, we were starting to think like, oh man, Hartenstein being out, like this is a big deal. These games are going to be a lot closer for a little while, and then they just start blowing out teams. It doesn't matter. And part of that, they got Caruso back, they got Dort back. Like they're starting to get some of those guys back. So the loss of Hartenstein hasn't been as big as I was kind of expecting it to be. But it's been shocking. Like how good they are. They lost their starting center, who by like EPM is like one of the 5 best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
And they're beating a team by 50 points that just beat the Wolves on the road.
Yeah. One thing that I think like Sam and his team have kind of found is, and I was asking Mark about this before the game, but like they have found defensive superstars, like guys that are, I mean, they have like 3 of the top, 10 or 12, perimeter, like point of attack defenders in the league on one team. I think like they have unlocked like the idea of like having defensive superstars. And I was asking Mark, like, what's that like coaching these guys? Because a lot of times you have like these all-star level or superstar level offensive players, and you kind of give them a lot of leeway to be themselves, on the court, and like try to figure out how to like function your offense around them. I was like, how similar is that to when you have like a defensive star like Caruso and Kaysen and Chet and J-Dub and Dort? Like you just have all these like defensive stars on your team. Like how much leeway do you give them to just kind of be themselves on the court? And I think like kind of why you can't replicate it is like it's not really necessarily like the Thunder making these like schemes around these guys, like telling them like these are things that you have to do. The only thing that Mark would say that he's like one of the non-negotiables is like never try to steal the inbound pass. Like never ever try to do that. He's like that's one thing that like we will not allow guys to do.
Like Dion Waiters would not like that.
I agree. But he's like, that's the one thing. He's like, that's the one thing that we like will not allow. But he's like, other than that, like we're allowing a ton of leeway. Like I don't tell Kaysen to go and press 94 feet. He's like, that's not, he said, if there's a weak ball handler, like the instruction is to like press up on those guys. Absolutely. But, I let these guys operate as they are. And that's like I was saying, like I don't think you can truly replicate what the Thunder are doing because they have up and down their roster defensive superstars that don't get the same shine because they're not scoring 30 a night and doing what these offensive guys do. But the Thunder have that in spades, and and you can layer those kind of guys on your roster a lot easier than you can offensive superstars. And I think that's what they're doing. And I was asking Dort about it after the game, and he was like, I was like, this is what Mark said, that you guys get a lot of leeway. And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's really how it is. Like, he trusts us to make the right decisions and trusts us to play our game. And he's like, it's talking about how his job has gotten so much easier. And that's the thing, when you layer the defensive players, their jobs get easier. You know, when you layer the offensive guys, it's really kind of difficult, and it takes time for it to gel and for them to figure it out. Like, you even saw it with like the Miami big three, and you've seen it in a lot of other instances. But like when it's the defensive guys, Dort was like, yeah, my job just got a ton easier when Caruso got here. Like, I don't have to do it all. It got easier when Kaysen got here. I think like they have kind of like figured out like how to kind of unlock this like insane defense by just layering these defensive superstars one on top of the other. And I just think I've just been kind of like fascinated with just that idea. And like we've seen it obviously play out, but just like that being a strategy has not really been something that you've seen like teams like build their identities around.
Yeah, and when you talk about giving a player leeway offensively, oftentimes you'll be talking about like unpredictable offenses, and that'll be seen as a benefit, especially when you get in the playoffs. Like, some of the more predictable offenses will all of a sudden fall off the cliff when you get to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about that defensively, an unpredictable defense, I mean, maybe that is part of the like key to success of why this defense isn't just good, but is like one of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
Is that, yes, you can like see what they're doing, but yeah, like Mark says, like he's not telling Kaysen. Like, Kaysen might just decide in the moment for some reason to go guard a defender 94 feet, you know, and just decide it on his own. It's not necessarily part of a predetermined game plan. Mm-hmm. And I could imagine how that would throw off an offense if play to play, you don't totally know what the defense is about to show you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is like, that's part of it. And that's certainly like, there's a lot of like really good coaching that's happening. And like Mark said, like whenever we give them, when we tell them things like, don't try to steal the inbound pass or like whatever else they're telling them not to do, he's like, we back it with like so much information as to why you shouldn't do that, that like it is almost like just gets like baked into their game, where it's like, oh, like the light bulb goes off kind of thing. I just thought like that. I just loved Mark's answer. Like, he was super engaging, and like I'm grateful that he's like willing to at least answer that question, because I think you could answer it in a kind of a boring way.
Yeah, I was kind of joking about Dion Waiters, but it is kind of fun to think back of Thunder players of past. Like, who would have gotten the biggest career boost by playing under Mark Daigneault? Because I mean,
it's a great question.
There's a lot of names
that
you could probably throw out, but I'd be interested if people had any thoughts about who in particular.
Yeah, let us know in the chat who you think
would have really benefited.
I mean, it's really a lot of role players, because like, there's been very few role players that have not thrived under Mark. You know, like he's found ways. Like I mean, Alex Abrinas, I think, would have been freaking awesome with this team. That's like one guy that like really struggled to just get a foothold in the NBA. I think he would be amazing on this team. I think he would be so good. I think Jeremy Grant, like a young Jeremy Grant.
Yeah. Even
though like Jeremy did thrive here and like got better, I just think like his ceiling would be a lot higher if he played for Mark. Like, I don't know. Like where's this stuff? Like Abdul Nader? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Stock said Perry Jones and Dakari Johnson. It is funny to think like someone like Perry Jones, who just didn't work out in the NBA. But I do feel like if you played under Mark, you at least would have seen like the best it could have been.
You would have had a chance.
You know,
you would have had a chance. Jeremy Lamb, sure.
Jeremy Lamb probably would have been.
He would have been awesome,
because he became a pretty good NBA rotation player after you left.
Yeah, he would have been good.
Damn, Darius Miller. That is a name I have not thought of,
dude,
in so long.
Chris, what a pull. What a pull. We do have a super chat from AJS5916C6F. Says they put Colin Gillespie in actual hell tonight. They did. They really did. It felt so intentional where it was like, hey, they have one guy that can handle the basketball. They've got one. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to remove him from the game completely. Like,
but you know what?
He's done. He's out of here.
That's like a sign of respect.
It is.
The fact that Colin Gillespie has gotten to the point where a team like Oklahoma City is like, if we can just shut off Colin Gillespie, this game will be over, which turned out to be true. But I mean, he's been incredible. And the fact that he scored 2 points tonight. I mean, his last couple games, 19, 13, 28, 12. I mean, he's been like a pretty consistent offensive spark for them.
Yeah, he has.
And he puts up 2 points on only 5 shots tonight. They can't even get a shot off.
Yeah, that is absurd. That is just crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. You have to have, and this is why I was kind of hoping the Lakers would win. And I guess this game isn't over yet, but is that I want to see this team tested by a team that does have like 3 elite, ball handlers, decision makers. Like that's how you're gonna be tested. Is that you have multiple guys.
I think the Spurs, even without Wemby, will be a good test because of all those guys who get paint touches on their team.
Yeah.
And I think thinking about the Lakers not having anyone basically to guard any of those players.
Yeah, that's true.
The Thunder having multiple options. I mean, we'll see what happened with Kaysen. It looked like he might have. Was there anything that came out since the game?
No, Mark said, I asked him after the game, and he said that they'll check him out tomorrow and see what's going on. It looked like potential concussion protocol stuff happening with him, but I there's not anything definitive about that as of now.
And the next game isn't until Saturday, right?
Next game's Saturday, and then the final is Tuesday. So, there's.
So this means the L-Man is going to Vegas.
Well, you got to get to the final first.
Oh, he's not going for the semis?
Mm-mm. Just for the final. Doesn't respect the cup enough is what with the rumor.
Now we don't really have an update on Wemby, do we?
He's been practicing. There was little rumors, little whispers about him potentially playing today even.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Okay, what would you rather have? The first Wemby-Chet matchup being on Christmas or being part of the NBA Cup semifinal?
Christmas.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah.
I was so excited for that matchup, and I don't want it to be spoiled, Andrew.
I know. And we're going to potentially play them 3 times in the next week and a half or 3 weeks or whatever it is. I don't know. It's goofy. Yeah. Yeah, the Spurs are now up by 14 with 1:41 left. So,
yeah, I've said this now for 3 straight games. That should be a good game. That should be a good game.
It should be.
The Spurs have looked really good without Wemby. They've gotten some nice wins. They beat Orlando.
Yeah,
they beat Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I was looking at. It was just like a week ago that people were doing podcast segments about whether the Lakers were contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, their wins since losing to OKC: New Orleans, Milwaukee with no Giannis, Utah, Clippers, Mavericks, Pelicans.
Ew.
Then they lost to Phoenix by a lot. They beat Toronto on the road on that last second.
Yeah, by 3. Yeah.
Then they lost to Boston, got killed
by 20. Yeah.
And then they beat Philly on the road. So they've had like 2 decent wins in there, but I mean, not. I don't know. I mean, like always, I feel like this LA team's getting a little overrated right now.
Yeah.
And this game against San Antonio would. By the way, did you know that the Lakers have not lost a game this year by fewer than 10 points?
Oh, really?
Every loss they've had has been essentially a blowout,
That's weird.
which it looks like tonight will be another one.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can look at their point differential. It's not a top 6 in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
I guess it is top 6, but it's 6th.
But,
they're
a plus 2.2, that is
plus
it's
2.2 is not a
Yeah.
contender. It's not a contender number.
like Denver's plus 8.7, Houston's plus 10.6. Like those are good numbers.
Those are contender numbers. The number that people look for is plus 6 or more to be a contender. And so that would include the Knicks. It would include the Celtics right now.
Yeah.
The Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Rockets. And that's it.
Yeah.
Which those that actually kind of makes sense. If you've watched these teams, it's like, yeah, I could see that. I could see those being the teams that can truly contend
Other than the Celtics. That would be crazy I know if Tatum comes back, but that's crazy they've been this good.
Are you a believer in the Tatum videos that have been leaked?
Do I think the videos are real?
Do you think do you think that Tatum's coming back this year?
As long as they keep winning, the chances of it happening are only going to increase.
Yeah. I think he's coming back, which seems insane, but I think he's coming back.
I love the part of that story that he got the surgery the quickest in human history. You know that part of it?
Yeah, I do. I think it's
he was injured and got to the surgery table as quick as anyone has ever done it. And people are wondering whether that could contribute to him healing quicker and being able to come back quicker.
Yeah.
Which, of course, no one knows. It's cool. It seems cool. It seems good.
Makes me feel sad that I had to wait for 3 weeks to have my surgery.
I know. Just think. If you had just been shipped.
Gosh.
You could have gotten medevaced.
Man. Missed opportunity.
And now your chances of getting the league basically zero.
They're over. It's over. It's over for me. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk more about this ridiculously amazing team. We'll be right back. And we're back after that quick break. I want to tell you about my friends over at Bob Moore Kia right now. Season of New Traditions sales event right now at Bob Moore Kia. You can get a 2025 Kia Telluride SX Prestige X Line, 0% for 60 months. This offer ends on the 2nd of January, by the way. 0% for 60 months on a new 2025 Telluride. Amazing vehicle. Go test drive a Telluride today. Tell them the Down to Dunk sent you. You can also get a 25 Kia Sorento, 0% for 60 months. Amazing vehicle, the Kia Sorento. I drove one myself for a while. Love the Sorento. You can also get a K4 LXS for $129 a month for 24 months. Amazing vehicles over at Bob Moore Kia. A great dealership, a great partner of Down to Dunk. Go support the people that support us and go check out Bob Moore Kia over on Northwest Expressway in between Council and Rockwell. Amazing dealership, amazing people over at Bob Moore Kia. Also, you can get yourself right now a Belgian Waffle University shirt, which I was talking to AJ about this particular introduction, what the deal was with his introduction saying Belgian Waffle University. So I guess they asked some players to do their real university and a silly university. And so there's a bunch of guys in the locker room at the time, and I was like, do you know of anybody else that did a silly university, AJ? And he was like, no. He's like, I don't know who else had to do it. He's like, they asked me to do it. I was like, well, they hung you out to dry. It's like, asked Chet. I was like, "Did they ask you to do one?" He was like, "Yeah, I didn't do that." And Aaron Wiggins was like, "I didn't do it either." I guess there is another mystery Thunder player that did a silly university,
but they didn't air it.
They didn't air it. They must have not started, or maybe they're just thought his was really funny. But anyways, you can get yourself a Belgian Waffle University shirt if you go to the Down to Dunk Twitter page. You can click the link that's in our bio, and that will send you to our merch. You can buy yourself a Belgian Waffle University shirt. That is AJ approved, by the way. He thought they were pretty cool.
It seems more like a prank if you only do one of them.
Yeah, it does seem like a prank because he didn't know. One, he didn't know if he'd be starting, and two, he said both of them. Like he said,
yeah,
UC Santa Barbara, and then they were like, okay, now I wonder what it was like shooting that. Like, okay, now you said that one. Now do a silly one. Now
you've never asked NBA players ridiculous questions.
I've never asked anybody to do something silly before. Yeah. Actually, I can definitely imagine doing that now that you're saying that.
We should have led with this, Andrew. 24-1, tied with the 2016 Warriors' best 25-game start to a season,
dude.
And the thing that the stat or whatever the fact about those 2016 Warriors that I think is so interesting when talking about can the Thunder win 72 games or whatever, is that Steph, Draymond, and Clay missed a total of 6 games that season combined. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's what you would think you would need.
Yeah.
In order to win that many games. That makes sense.
It does. That is really crazy. That makes me think, because I haven't really thought it. I mean, obviously it's possible, but I didn't really think it was going to happen. Just because it's just such a long season and every team goes through ups and downs.
Yeah.
But honestly, this recent stretch without Hartenstein has started making me feel a little bit differently. Just because it's like, man, okay, so they still do have that top gear without Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have a lot tougher games starting on Saturday against the Spurs. But yeah, man, this team, like, they obviously need some level of health. They can't survive. They can't get to 73 wins with Shea missing like a month or something. That's impossible.
Yeah.
But they more than maybe any other team in NBA history, I mean, really, can withstand injuries. Like,
they proved it. They're 24-1 and have withstood injury to almost every single player on the roster has missed time.
Except Shea, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, Shea missed a game.
He missed one game and they won by a billion.
Is there anyone who's played all?
AJ. AJ has played every game. He had the one game that he left in the first quarter, though, when he was injured. So he kind of missed that game.
Yeah.
But AJ is the only guy that hasn't missed.
Wow.
A game, which is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, 24-1 is wild. I mean, their net rating right now is plus 17.2, I think. I mean, it's...
Well, I saw the stat of like just total point differential through 25 games, and it's something, they're at something like plus 470 something or whatever. But it's the second place team, which is the 08 Celtics, Big Three Celtics, they're like 80 points behind them. Like it's a massive gap from 1 to 2 for total point differential. Yeah,
crazy.
this is. I don't know what else to say about this team. I mean, especially after a game like tonight, where it felt like, and even as I say this, they had some dumb turnovers in the second quarter.
Yeah,
when the Suns made that little run, I was like, "Oh, come on, bench unit! Don't let them get back into this. Come on, this is stupid."
The Thunder don't have like games that they have lulls in. They just have like minutes that they have lulls in.
I seriously was watching that second quarter. I was like, man, are we going to be talking about how, like, are we going to figure out this bench unit? Like, J-Dub, Chet, and AJ, what is going on?
Come on, fellas, get it together.
And then they win by 50.
And then they won by 49 points. Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's, man, I don't
Pretty
know,
good.
man.
There's not much more they can do to impress me. However, these next 2 games,
I was gonna say, you know what they can do?
they can win the cup. That's
Win
what
the
they could do.
freaking cup, man. Respect the cup. Win the cup. Go win
That
the cup.
legitimately would impress me,
Hang the banner.
especially because these last 2 games against the Spurs and whoever comes out of the East, Knicks or Magic, that would be 2 quality wins. Those are going to be 2 really good teams. I would, because Franz isn't going to be back. I know that they just beat the Heat, but yeah, if you beat the Spurs and the Knicks, I mean, it's about as good as you can do until you play Denver.
Yeah, truly. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see them play in Vegas, and they're very excited to play in Vegas too. However, they're not excited to like go to Vegas, and this shouldn't be like a huge surprise to everybody else. But like this team is not a particularly Vegas-y team. I was just like asking. I asked probably like 5 or 6 of the guys, like how do you feel about going to Vegas? Like, well, the Vegas part, not so much, but like I'm excited to go play basketball. I'm excited to go potentially win this money. You know, like I think they were excited about that, but it's like
It'll probably be nice weather.
Yeah, it's nice. It's been nice here in OKC. It's actually not that drastically different here than it is there right now.
Well, it's drastically different from Portland. It's been raining for like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's terrible.
And normal Portland rain is like drizzle. This has been like real rain.
Yeah,
it's been awful.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, the guys were just funny. I was talking to Aaron Wiggins about it, and he's like, "Yeah, we are not a Vegas team. Like we don't gamble. We don't go out. Like we're I don't know.
I'm the same way with Vegas, but I don't have any money. I feel like if I had money, I would love going out to eat there. I mean, I feel like there's so many nice restaurants.
That's the thing. That's we talked about that. It's like there's a lot of really cool places to go eat. Jay Will was like, man, I just want to go home and hang out with my dogs. He's like, I just want to be at home. He's like, he's got Rottweilers at home. He's like, I just want to just stay at home with my dogs. So
bring them to Vegas.
Named Zeus and Phoenix, his
Zeus
dogs.
And Phoenix, oh, interesting.
Yeah. Little Rottweilers. So yeah, he said he grew up with Rottweilers, and his dad like breeded Rottweilers. And I was like,
really?
I was like, whoa, do you like call your dad and like ask for advice on stuff? He's like, no. He's like, my dad comes over and spoils them, feeds them chips. I was like,
no.
I was like, oh no, Jay Will, no. Yeah, I don't know, man. This team is like very, very driven to win this whole thing, to win the cup. Like they could. I mean, I think they're on track to already become a historic team, but like to potentially like win the cup, beat the wins record, win the title. Like that would be freaking crazy. Like, that'd be crazy, a crazy year. And it's all none of it seems impossible at all. Like it's just sitting here on December 10th and discussing the fact that they could do all these things. And really, maybe some people would be disappointed if they didn't do all of them. You know, like it's wild what they have created, because they are truly, we're talking about a team that could be one of the best of all time.
Andrew, I have to remind you, I was looking over our bets that we made at the beginning of the season.
Oh, no.
You do have 2 bets on the line going into this weekend, which is, I believe you picked OKC to win the cup.
Let's go.
And then your long shot, which I would say is still a long shot, but it's possible, is J-Dub getting NBA Cup MVP.
Yeah.
We'd have to see some big games.
Yeah.
But if you got that, it would be a big win for you.
Yeah.
And actually kind of for me too, because I spent my own money to actually place all these bets.
That'd be awesome. Let's go.
I can't lose.
So we bet the Thunder to win the cup.
Yeah.
What were the odds at the beginning of the season for that?
Let me look at it right now. Okay, I got to scroll through. Bronny James, 10 plus assists in any game. That's still open. Bronny James, 20 plus points.
Oh, I forgot that we bet all those Bronny James props.
Some that I'm feeling good about? I picked Golden State to not make the playoffs.
Ooh,
Kind of liking that one.
That's actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of bad ones. Oh, I picked Chet, Defensive Player of the Year, plus 700. Woo.
Wow.
Feeling great about that. Shaden Sharp, Most Improved Player, Andrew. Don't think it's happening.
Yeah. No,
Me, Giannis, regular season MVP. Not going to happen. Walker Kessler, regular season rebounds leader. Okay, so Jalen Williams, Cup MVP, plus 4,000, and then Cup winner for OKC, plus 320.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Right.
So some things to look forward to.
All right. Cool.
Beyond the games.
Yeah, you almost like for Thunder fans, if you're like looking for something to root for, like tonight, a good one would have been like every Thunder player to make a three. You know, you almost have to play these like little games in your head. But like, oh, it's like they just needed Jay Will to make a three. You know, it's like,
wow, that's true. What is the record for most players to make a three in a game?
I don't know,
because they had 12.
Yeah, they had 12. I don't know what the record is.
It's gotta be up there.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would figure this out.
I was gonna say, what are the means to search for that?
Yeah, I'm thinking of the stat head queries. I don't think any of them would work for this.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's
pretty cool. Dude, the efficiency tonight. Shea 11 of 15. Chet 9 of 13. And then J-Dub 5 of 8. I mean, those big three. Shea is on such another level right now.
I mean, like these mid-range jumpers I was talking are layups for him. Like they are so easy for him. I just don't know. I don't know how you stop him.
The historical stuff is just becoming really interesting to me because I do think this happens with every great team, which is that they do get a little doubted at first. I mean, we even saw this after the 2015 Warriors won. A lot of people's reaction coming out of that finals was, okay, well, you didn't have Kevin Love. Kyrie was hurt. Like, yeah, it's still a win. Okay, yeah, this team is obviously good, but I still don't know if they're like an all-time team. And then they come out and start off 24-0. And then I felt like finally, as that season went on, people started buying into the idea that like, oh, Steph really is like an all-time player.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just a guy who's had this, a couple of amazing seasons and changed the game of basketball. Like this is an all-time player we're watching. And it seems crazy now because now it's just kind of understood that like that is who Steph is. But even after that first championship, I still don't feel like people were there yet, especially with just that team overall. And then the way they started that next season. And the same thing is happening with OKC now and with Shea, where I feel it's starting to change. You're starting to see it in the way people talk about Shea, where it's not just like, oh yeah, this guy's an MVP, because Steph was an MVP too in 2015. Mm-hmm. It's not just that he was an MVP. It's like, oh, this is like an all-time player. Like, oh, this is why a big part of why the Thunder are this good. They have an all-time player, which like that should make a lot of sense. Because that's been the key ingredient of every great NBA team throughout history.
Yeah.
But it still feels like it's taken people a little longer to get to that point. And to be frank, like it's even taken me a little bit longer to get to the point where I'm comfortable like realizing it. Like,
yeah,
damn, this dude could be, I mean, if he kept this up, who knows how high he could get. But like already, like if he somehow won another ring, to have 2 rings,
and he could win another MVP.
Yeah, like that. It would elevate him into levels that I would have never thought.
Never. And I do think like obviously both those things are on the table. Part of the reason why I think it's harder for people to get there is like he wasn't a top 5 pick. He wasn't a guy that people thought of since high school that he could be this guy. He wasn't a guy that even his first 3 or 4 years in the league, no one would have ever considered him to be a top 5 player.
Well, it's funny you say that though, because I feel like it's the opposite with Jokic. Like, even though Jokic Jokic gets talked about as if he already has 3 rings.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a great point. I don't know. Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a guard thing.
Maybe.
I mean, the like guards in that mold, because Steph is kind of his own thing. Like he does not play like the traditional great NBA guard.
He isn't. Yeah, he is his own thing.
And it truly has been so long since we've had that type of a guard. I mean, you have to go back to Kobe, and before that, MJ. Like, you just don't get a lot of guards like that. We haven't seen that. I mean, in my adult lifetime, there hasn't been a guard that's been that good. In that mold, obviously Steph is that good, but he's like he's a different thing.
Yeah, Shea is like the next evolved form of MJ Kobe player.
Yeah, he's the prototypical star NBA guard.
Yeah. And like now with the like efficient 3-point shooting that he's shown this year, where there were a couple threes tonight that looked so casual. Like he's like, I guess I'll just make 3 points right now. Like it just looks so easy. And like his shot form looks ridiculous. Like I don't know. I don't know where the like at what point does like his improvement stop? Because he's a much better player today than he was last year. Like he's a better facilitator. He's a better shooter. I think he's just like a better teammate period to play with. I think he's like learning how to play off ball better. Like there's just everything that's there for him. Like he's a much, much better player. And it's like this whole team is better. Like find me a player that's worse today than they were last year. Like they're all better. And if Shea can level up and like everybody else levels up, this is why you have a 24-1 team that like their only loss, they were up 20 and they lost by 2 points. They lost by 2 points whenever they lost. And it was because I think that they were exhausted. I think Brandon Carlson had a horrific second quarter that really tanked them. And I think that Drew Holiday went on a heater in the fourth quarter. Yes. Like go back and watch it. Those are the things that led to it. And I just don't see those things. I mean,
don't blame Brandon.
Sorry, BC.
Hey, this is the Thunder's longest winning streak as of tonight? Is that true? That's what Google AI is telling me.
What is it? 16?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I
think
the
previous record was 15.
15. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like they've set franchise records for literally everything.
Wow. Okay, let's talk real quick. How many more games until we're getting into historical territory with winning streaks? So, the longest winning streak of all time was the Lakers, 71-72, 33 wins. The Warriors, oh come on, that's over 2 seasons. I don't count that.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, I don't like that
too. 4 plus 24. No. Miami Heat in 2012-13, 27. I remember that one. Houston Rockets 07-08, 22. Yeah. Basically, if you get to 20, you are in top 5. So they're currently at 16.
Wow.
It's gonna be tough to get there. Gonna have to win the cup.
It's gonna have to win the cup to get there. You could you technically could lose in the final because it doesn't count.
That's true.
It doesn't count.
But would I count it in the future when I'm looking at Wikipedia? Because they would probably
I'm not sure.
Probably make a note of that.
I'm not sure.
Okay, Andrew, last year at the same time, what would you guess the Thunder's record was? After 25 games.
Had they lost 5 games?
More.
6?
More.
7? 6, 7?
More.
8?
They were 17-8.
Whoa!
After 25 games. Do you know they were second in the Western Conference? Do you know who was in first in the Western Conference?
Oh my, was it the Warriors?
No.
I don't know. I don't remember.
This doesn't sound right. It was the Timberwolves. Oh, that's because it's the wrong year. Okay, sorry.
I was they were 17-8.
That was
right?
2 years ago. No, sorry. They were 25. Okay, you were right. Your first guess was right.
5. Yeah, I thought that was right. I was like, wow. That was really surprising me.
as I was saying it, I was like, wait, Minnesota got off to a horrible start last year.
That's
How
what
is this possible? And they did. They were 14-11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was the Thunder were number 1, right?
Yeah, the Thunder were number 1.
Okay. I was like, wow, like I have no memory. Like maybe I got hit.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
You made me feel like I got hit in the head tonight.
Okay, so they had
Allen.
5 losses by the new year. So I think we can match that. We can better that. They could lose 4 more games. And then they really went on. When did they lose a lot of their games? They honestly didn't.
They had that backers.
Yeah, maybe towards the end of the season they had a couple in a row. Well, not in a row, but within a week they went from 11 to 14. I mean, it'll be super interesting to see how this team handles either a long winning streak, if it does get up in like the 20 range, or if they get if like 72 wins becomes realistic, 73 wins becomes realistic. Because that's a totally different level of pressure. That's like everyone's watching those games every night.
It's I think once they hit 70 or even like 68 and you've got like 2 weeks left in the season or 3 weeks left or whatever it's going to be, it's like but the thing is, like, people are like, man, like they're going to have to really press to get there. Like, it's in the Draymond's like, the 70, 74 or 73, like it took, years off my life. It's like, like they're doing this, and like Shea didn't play through the third quarter tonight and they beat the Suns by 50. Yeah. Shea was telling Mark, when he was about to come out of the game, like, no, not yet. I play a little bit more. It's like that's where they're at right now. I mean, they rested Shea, and he has that bursitis in his elbow, and I don't know what the update is on that, but like he played tonight and wanted to play more and could play more if he needed to, but certainly didn't need to. And I don't know. I mean, like, they're winning in a completely different way than I think that Warriors team did. I think that team did have to press, and their point differential was a lot smaller than what OKC's is. I think it's a lot different. I know you can try to line the two up and talk about them equivalently, but they're just different. And the Thunder are just winning differently. And if they can continue to do this, and it's hard to imagine them losing 10 games. Like, it just feels weird to think that they could lose 10 games. I think they probably will, but it's just like weird to even think about them losing 10 whole games. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be interested in listening to someone who like really followed that 2016 Warriors team and compare the depth of those two teams. Yeah. Because my instinct is to say that OKC's depth is just like vastly superior. Yeah. But I also... I still believe that. I do believe that. I'm looking at their roster right now. I mean, like,
I was about to pull it up. Yeah.
After the top 3, you go Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala. I mean, Iguodala might be, after the top 3 on both teams, might be the player that you would draft next, like that version of Iguodala.
Yeah.
But after that, I think it's a lot of OKC players, because then you go Sean Livingston, Andrew Bogut, Leandro Barbosa, who I think had a good season that year. That's like the point where I'm like, how good was he exactly? I would like
33-year-old Leandro Barbosa.
I know. And then after that, I feel like there's a big drop off, because now you're talking Brandon Rush, Maurice Spates, Festus Ezeli.
Yeah.
Like, none of those guys touch.
Those guys wouldn't play. Bench. They wouldn't play on this team.
Yeah.
They just frankly would not play on this team. Festus Ezeli, shout out to Festus, would not play on this team. Festus. He does the Warriors broadcast. So.
Oh, he does?
Studio show. Yeah.
Oh, studio show.
Shout out to Festus.
Okay, before we go, Andrew,
I
just wanted to talk about the 2027 Clippers swap. Because
yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm sure a lot of Thunder fans know this,
Yeah.
But I just think it's fun talking about why we have that pick.
I've talked about this in a couple different places, but I would love to talk about it here.
Because one, I think most Thunder fans by this point, you probably know that's not from the Paul George trade.
Yeah.
That is from the James Harden trade, when James Harden was traded from Philly to Los Angeles. But the reason the Clippers did that deal was because Terrence was untouchable.
That's right.
And they were unwilling to give up Terrence Mann in lieu of a first-round pick, because the Sixers were willing to accept Terrence Mann instead of a first-round pick. But the Clippers didn't want to give Terrence Mann up. They end up signing him to a deal that was almost instantly seen as a bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets traded 2 more times, and now he's on the Brooklyn Nets. And all that because they didn't want to give him up, and so instead traded an unprotected swap to OKC. It's just crazy. It was such a bad idea. And I feel like it should have seemed that way at the time.
It really should have.
Like balancing out, should we give up Terrence Mann versus an unprotected swap? Knowing what they had already done. Like, because by that point, J-Dub had already been drafted, right? So they had already seen some of the negative effects of giving up their own picks. And still they did it instead of just trading Terrence Mann, who was always seen as like, well, this is the good Clippers young guy. Meanwhile, he was like 27. He was never young.
He was a fake young guy.
He was always a fake young guy. How old is he right now? He's 29. Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah, older than nearly every Thunder player.
That's just I forgot what podcast I heard that on, but it was just like, man, I just can't believe that is the reason they have that pick next season, or that swap.
Yeah. It's not a part of the PG trade.
And to do it with Presti, like
after what he did to you already, you should never pick up the phone again.
Why?
I love that Sam just like snuck in there. I was like, hey, I'll have another.
And again, that's one of the benefits of just having a ton of picks, that you can do deals like that very easily, whereas other teams actually have to think about it a little bit.
Yep.
You can be like, oh yeah, we have an end of the first we could give you.
Yeah, you can have it.
So you can make this deal.
And you think they're not going to do that again with this Rockets pick they have at the end of the first round? Just watch them do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a tankathon spin.
I thought you were bringing someone on to the pod. I was excited. I saw the third window pop up.
I could bring
Who's
in
it
this.
gonna be?
I could bring in this guy that is desperately wanting to clean this room I'm in. That I need to get out of because it's after midnight here at the arena. Okay, one tankathon spin here.
God,
did you see AJ? Did you see AJ DeBansa's night the other night?
I didn't.
He's freaking killer. Yeah, they have the third best odds right now, by the way.
Insane. By the way, Pacers looking normal.
Yeah, they are
pretty normal.
Shout out. Thank you, Indy. Great job.
Yes, sirs. Yes, sirs.
All right, here we go. One spin. And they fell to sixth. But what's funny is that like they still get the sixth pick of the draft now. Like that's crazy.
And they get the ninth pick in this one.
6 and 9, the L-Man's Dream, and 19 and 27. So they get all of those to figure out what to do with. And you could take 19 and 27 and kick those to somebody else that would really want those picks and get like these swaps or unprotected swaps or a pick later or whatever and still have 2 top 10 picks.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just an insane situation.
But Andrew, they can't use all these picks. They're going to have to give away good players. They're going to have to, Andrew. This is the worst thing ever.
Oh, man. Gonna draft a bunch of middle schoolers, Sam Presti.
Oh, man.
We should try to find some old tweets like that.
I wish I had saved. I guess I wish I had believed more, because if I had known they were going to be this good, if I had thought, oh, this is the next great dynasty, I would have been like, oh, I'm saving all of this.
We should be able to find some old posts and some old tweets, right?
someone out there has been an archivalist. I don't.
Hey, if you have any of those, send them our way because we'd love to read them. We'd love to.
Always my favorite argument. They have too many picks. Where they can't use all these picks.
It was crazy at the time. It was insane. It's like, man, that guy's got. It's like, see, this guy's got too much money. Can't use all that money.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's like
you're gonna have to give it away for future money.
And then instead, like they're like praising all these other teams that are now in salary cap hell and like can't get out of it.
Yeah, and also the argument like that they were stupid for holding on to all these picks and not making a move.
Yeah. Aren't they going to lose their value over time if you have so many of them? Isn't it like diminishing returns and all of that? It's like
that's why it's so insane when people will bring up OKC for a Giannis deal. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, I get it because they have so many assets, but like, that's like, that's how this is a dynasty because they've avoided making this. They avoided making this move for so many years.
Yeah, yeah, and they had to have luck along the way. Like they needed Shea to be this good. They needed J-Dub to be this good. They needed to get the second best odds in the draft in order to get Chet. Like they needed all those things to happen. Like you don't get here without luck, certainly. But
once all those things do happen,
but
you don't then change what you're doing.
No. And yeah, and now like they have one of the most sustainable teams and potentially one of the best teams of all time.
It's great
playing right now. So it's amazing.
It's good living.
It's good living. Hey, if you want to come watch one of the best teams of all time with the Dunkers, you can go to Down to Dunk Night. You need to buy your tickets by Christmas. There are not very many left. Limited seats to watch the Thunder play the Raptors, and then you get to take a half-court shot in order to win some signed Thunder memorabilia from one of the best teams of all time, and then you get to take a picture with a bunch of Dunkers. So you should definitely buy your tickets. You can go search for just search Down to Dunk Twitter is the pinned tweet that says Down to Dunk Night 1-25-26. There we go, right there. Please go check it out. Would love for you guys to click this link. Go buy yourself some Down to Dunk Night tickets. Get yourself in a photo that looks just like this in Down to Dunk lore forever. And you can also meet Taylor. So join us. Oh my gosh. Al, what is this? This other picture of the L-Man. Are you trying to bring that up? Ah! Is that high school L-Man?
Yeah, that's high school L-Man.
Oh my gosh. I know that guy. All right. Hope everybody's doing great. Got so many people watching here at 12:15 a.m. Very appreciative of that. Continue to share the show and watch on YouTube. If you haven't watched on YouTube, we'd love that. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, please like the video. If you could all like the video, that would be so great. Also, not only like the video and leave a comment in the chat, but also leave a comment on the actual video as well. That would be also very helpful. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys again on Friday.
Until the dawn, until the dawn.